soul family, beautiful beings of light. My name is Melissa Johnston, and I am the founder of Nirvana Collective. I am a consciousness coach and human design expert, starseed and multidimensional channeler, and my mission is to connect with you beautiful souls and help inspire co-creation of the new earth. And today I'm bringing you a energetic forecast, so to speak. I cannot believe it's already October. I'm still sort of grieving the fact that summer is over, but nevertheless, I wanted to give you an update of what's to come in the energetic world as far as our collective transition to 5D. So without further ado, let's dive in. The dismantling of the 3D world is now obvious, undeniable, and physical. The evolutionary burn started years ago in the etheric soul level, and since January 12th, 2020, it's now transforming the physical dimension. What we are experiencing in our cells, our lives, our guts, are the visible outworkings of Pluto's alchemical burning fields and Saturn's karmic rebalancing. October's astrology means business, and the reality dials are clicking. There's a complex gestalt of personal and collective bridges, junctures, choice points, and timeline switches. All the dynamic reactive cardinal signals are under pressure in October 2020. This is Aries, Capricorn, Libra, and Cancer. There's a heady cocktail of extreme psychic and physical weather. October 2020 was always going to be what you knew was coming but could not have known about. For years and years, we've longed for and yearned for a demanded change, and now here it is in spades. There are still too many of us blanking out the now and looking ahead to when everything will suddenly change in the blink of an eye. And a brave new earth great, just magic thinking. Certainly you can map the astrology unfolding years in advance, but the map is not the territory. And unless you're thinking differently, working differently, and living differently, you'll reach 2021, 2022, 2023 with Saturn bringing in the Aquarian age and still playing an impossible game of chase your tail with whatever that elusive new world means to you. A rendezvous with fate is October's timeline ahead. On October 1st, we have Aries, full moon conjunct Chiron. October 4th brings Pluto turns direct on 22nd Capricorn. October 13th is a particularly interesting date. Mercury retrograde is at max. Solar flares M and X class, coronal mass ejections and geomagnetic activity. Mars at maximum strength, closest to Earth. Its first Pluto return since the founding fathers signed the Declaration of Independence, a karmic rebalancing on the levels of power. The deep organic, permanent changes through polarization, civil war, or possible cessation will continue for several years. For the USA, the return of Pluto is calling for the country to reconsider its use of military, political, economic, and cultural power. It's about breaking down the whole nation of power and rethinking it so that it fits the world as it is now. About daring to contemplate the potential loss of superpower status to the East and facing the consequences of being the biggest consumer of the world's natural resources for so long. In the United Kingdom's chart, interestingly enough, Pluto has been crossing and recrossing the moon in the 10th house for several years, deconstructing her identity and her role in the world by bringing the final severing of Brexit to completion along with the threat of Scottish independence. The Chandra symbol for Pluto direct 22 Capricorn is the bare altar covered with black velvet. Sometimes the surrender is asked. A greater power is at work behind the scenes here. That power is immense, world-shattering, and with a relentless fury, our visit to the 22nd degree point is a metaphorical scraping of the barrel regarding what is now playing out on the world stage. Its existential remit is to ensure that we have more of what we need in terms of accurate is already well on its way and just needs our blessing to fulfill its cycle of deep change here. This is a decisive point, personally and collectively. It can go either way. There are good reasons to hold back, to hold out, yet timing is so very crucial. At the last moment when everything depends on it, the idols topple. The power-heavy way of life is suddenly gone. The fiery path is the seismic supermoon on October 16th, 2020. A stealth supermoon at the 23-degree angle of Libra in the Via Combusta is going to be a doozy. The seismic window is open between the 13th and 18th, bringing geophysical disturbance, high tides, superstorms, or earth movements. A supermoon is conjunct Hamiya, bringing epochal events such as Hiroshima or the 2004 Asian tsunami in a cardinal T-square to Mars, Eris, Saturn, Pluto, Jupiter, and Mars, as well as Eris. Falling as it does not only in the Mercury max, but within just 2 dates of Mercury's retrograde station, this is set to be one of the most turbulent geophysical disturbance points in 2020. Make your well-being a priority. Get more rest, more hydration, more grounding outside. The Chandra symbol for the Libra new moon on the 23-degree angle of Libra is a tremendous boulder hovering over the ocean. Collective cycles are everything here. You are caught between worlds, part of many, belonging to none. Changes are imminent. The air is buzzing with future currents. No rest, no quiet, no continuity. You verge on astounding things held poised at the edge. You feel propelled by destiny to obsess upon where we all are now, where we came from, and especially where we are going. Gathering impressions towards the harvest. Staying tuned for further developments and knowing it's going to come any moment now. You can feel it rising up. Falling right on Halloween, this full moon across the polarity of Taurus and Scorpio is a reminder of the eternal law of life and death, of impermanence and regeneration. Great Awakener Uranus is conjunct the moon in Taurus. This Uranus transit through Taurus is the universal mind imploding into matter, shocking your awareness back to your physicality, rattling your bones, your heart, your electric circuit. As it awakes from the trance coma of unconsciousness, your body is the carrier of your soul. Probing question here is, what if life is a conspiracy for your benefit? The Awakener in Taurus, the symbol of the tree of life, has all maskings of a resurrection of the highest order, or at least the highest to date. During such an influx of deep space light, your embodiment experiment needs constant grounding as Uranus stimulates changes via electrical circuits in the natis, acting as a lightning conduit for intuition, sensory acuity, knowing, gnosis, and direct from the noosphere. Expect constant energy fluctuations as your body becomes electric and Kundalini rises. Paradoxically, this level of awakening requires so much sleep essential to allow the rewriting of form to occur. Damn, that is a reminder for myself as well. Climatize to your new energy flow by attuning to whatever your body needs. Perhaps a few knockout days followed by very physical active ones. Drink lots of water. The sky god operates by delivering unpredictable shocks, reversals, or insights that electrify you out of your comfort zone, teaching you to collaborate with the inevitable. It's a time of your life when something new, something eccentric needs to break through into conscious awareness. The karmic Chandra symbol for the Taurus full moon is a large ruby inscribed with a prayer, a beautiful dream that comes true, conceiving in your heart that a fresh life current is here to be met in the physical, being manifested into the spot where the new earth arises. You can feel deeply drawn to give yourself over completely to what the new life wave asks, sensing acutely that this is all that counts and suffering for all those who are shut off from that bounty. Knowing how hard it is to feel dejected and forsaken, and never forgetting the ache, the longing, the distances, and whatever it takes to earnestly clasp new life. and realize you belong to heavenly kingdom in earth and will never be out in the cold. To 2043, years of disclosure and transparency. It's time to become a savvy agent of influence by creating an ever-expanding repertoire of responses to life, allying yourself with freedom and your innate evolutionary ingenuity. It's time to be discerning about which stories or spells you support, as everything on all levels is being amplified. It is time to stop being shocked or dramatizing the ongoing outer 3D events. They should not be a surprise nor an opportunity for sensationalism, nor a way to keep the old narratives alive. It's a time to realize that your mind is a great natural resource, a high-frequency personal technology. It's time to delete all the conditioned cobwebs, beliefs, and imprints and think for yourself. It's time to be radically clear. Everything, especially your belief matrix, that keeps you trapped. It's time to commit to a different way of living on purpose with intention. It's time to be consciously and deliberately withdrawing all the emotional hooks to people in your life who manipulate, control, or drain your precious life force energy. It's time to stop making nice, stop tolerating in the name of being accepted in roles you grew out of long ago. It's time to finally see through the emperor's new clothes to the non-reality of the threadbare lies and distortions running in the background 24/7. It's time to see right through the overculture's deliberately paradoxical message, exhorting you to be unique, be different, be special, but making sure you conform all at the same damn time. It's time for transparency, authenticity, and openness. It's time to simplify by stripping away anything inessential. It's time to create practical applications, businesses, services from everything you've ever loved, studied, and experienced. It's time to identify your personal touchstones and meaning makers in the world turned upside down. Transition to 5D forecast for October. I would love to hear what thoughts and ideas, solutions come to mind. What are the things that, upon hearing this, upon me reading these words, what are the whispers of your soul? Leave a comment below, and don't forget to like and subscribe for monthly updates. And please do share this with somebody that you love or somebody that you know would benefit. Thanks for tuning in. See you next time.